Homemade gumbo, savory, spicy, everything you want in a dish. Trust the process, believe in yourself. This is so easy, you can do this. Let's get to it. Turn your cast iron pot or large Dutch oven. This is gonna make quite a bit. This is a 7-quart. I wouldn't use much smaller than this and you'll see why. You might get away with a 6-quart depending on how much meat you put in it. We'll put this on medium high. And then when this pan gets up to temp a little bit, we're gonna cook our meat. Okay, let's start with our andouille. That's actually 28 ounces because the packs, they've gotten cheaper. As you notice with packages getting smaller. And this isn't 16 ounce anymore like it used to be for an inordinate amount of time. It is now 14 ounces. So 2 packages of andouille sausage equaling about 2 pounds. But it's not. Meat companies are getting cheap trying to think that they can slide these by us by a little bit. So we're gonna cook these down. Okay, we're gonna turn it down on low. We're gonna get all this meat out. Put a couple tablespoons, 3, 4, 5, whatever it takes. Get the bottom of the pan covered. Turn the heat back up to medium high. We're gonna get the chicken in here. All right, the chicken's done. So we're gonna put that down to simmer. We don't want that too high right now. Let's take all that out. The oil and juice go down in there. You can put it in the same bowl as your sausage. It's all coming back at the same time, so that's okay. Now we're gonna make our roux. That's really the heart of the gumbo. And what you normally would have is you would have a cup of oil and a cup or heaping cup of flour. We're not going to take this out. This oil is probably less than a 1/4 cup. So what you want to do is I'd say put in half your oil, eyeball it, it's okay. Get your temperature up to medium low because you're going to want to stir this constantly. You will not stop stirring this. If you've ever seen any of my other gravies where you don't stop stirring, there's a reason for that. But roux is very special because if not, you will burn the flour. If you burn the flour, you can't get that taste out. You have to start all over. We'll get that to temp. We'll add in our flour. There was enough oil left in it from whatever it is you used and about half to 3/4 cup of the oil, then we might not need any more oil. In fact, to me, it looks like we don't. So at this point, you're stirring this constantly until you get a golden brown. Now this roux is gonna go through stages. It's gonna get really thick, really thin, but all you're really looking for is constantly stirring and that chocolate color. Dark, not dark chocolate black, but the very dark brown color. You can see that it's getting brown. Like it's a lot darker than it was, and you notice how thin it is now. It wasn't like that before. This is also called Cajun napalm. And the reason they call it that is because if you stir too crazy and you get that on your skin, it will burn your skin. Well, absolutely, this is hot, it's like glue, so it's dangerous. So don't let any kids help you with this stage of it if you're getting help from a child. Don't let them touch this, this is bad. So anyway, we're gonna keep stirring. It's been about, 13, 14 minutes and we've gotten to this color, but we got a long way to go. We're hoping it gets, well, about the color of the spoon here. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Still not done. I know that sounds crazy, guys. Might even deter you from trying this, but if you really want to get real and make some gumbo, just wait it out. And it doesn't take anything to sit here and just stir this thing. I mean, just keep stirring, stirring. We'll get you in another 10 minutes. Okay, it's been just at 40 minutes. It's still getting darker, but it's kind of slow. I turned up the heat to medium because I knew I wasn't going to leave, so I'm going to be here the whole time. So it's not dark enough, so I'm in for the long haul. Gannon, I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to make you proud. This thing's going to be chocolate by the time I'm done, so let's see how long it takes. It's been 50 minutes, and man, this is really close to what I'm looking for, but I don't think it's dark enough yet. This is kind of like a milk chocolate. I'm really looking for a slightly darker chocolate. Like I said, I don't want you to be able to see it on this spoon, or at least close enough anyway. So I'm gonna give it 10 more and then we're gonna call it in 10 minutes regardless. Okay guys, it's been 1 hour exactly. I think this is perfect. It's dark. This is looking amazing to me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting in all our vegetables. Both our onions, garlic, both peppers, and our celery. Now if you guys want, you guys don't have to use red peppers. You can absolutely use green, yellow, it doesn't matter. Green does give this a different flavor. I kind of wish I had a green and I didn't think about it and I just got the sweet peppers, but this is what we're dealing with. But if you want the really authentic gumbo flavor, you're definitely gonna need green peppers, but this is fine. This will work for us. Basically just wanna get this all around till the onions and the celery start to soften a little bit. This is a stew, so we're gonna keep it kind of that way. So let's let that cook a little bit. Put it on medium. Okay, we let that cook for about 5 minutes just to get the vegetables starting to cook. We're gonna add in our meat. Now, if this isn't the process you make your own gumbo, that's fine. I can guarantee you it's all gonna come out the same. As long as you got that roux right, it should be good to go. How you do your vegetables shouldn't matter too much. If they do, please leave it in the comments and tell me where I screwed up. But don't say I'm not doing it right, because gumbo is like biscuits and gravy. Everybody does it different. I'm gonna start with 6 cups, let that come to a boil. If I need to add more liquid, I will. And then we're gonna put in a little of the filet at the end. So let's get that roux working in there. I'm gonna turn up the temp to a medium high. So we're gonna bring this up to a boil. Oh, you can already see it. You can already see it darkening up. Look at that. Oh, this is gonna be ridiculous. Now, a lot of people add shrimp to this, but you wanna do that in the last 5 or 6 minutes of cooking to not overcook the shrimp. We're not gonna add shrimp today. Half my family doesn't like it, so we're just gonna leave it out. It hasn't come up to a boil yet. We want it to come up to a boil, but now is a good time to season. I've already tasted it. It's definitely gonna need some salt with it. It doesn't need any pepper. And at this point, if you wanted to add a hot sauce or you wanted to add more Cajun seasoning, you're more than welcome to do that. I'll have Trina test it. We might put a little Cajun seasoning in it, or we might just add it to our own. But I've added about a teaspoon of salt there. Again, this is all to preference. Right when it comes to a boil, most of the original recipes call for fresh parsley. I honestly didn't pick any up. I didn't think about it. So I'm gonna add some dried, which I've done before. I'm only gonna add a couple tablespoons. That should help. Now, when it comes to a boil, you're gonna wanna cook for 2, 3, 4 minutes, and then we will thicken it up. Let's give it a few minutes. Okay, we had this boiling for just about 2 or 3 minutes, enough to soften up the vegetables, make sure they're plenty soft. Now, this gumbo is a little thin for me. I like it kind of thick when we pour it over the rice, but this is a little thin, so what I've done is I've gotten a 1/4 cup of broth and just half a teaspoon of filet powder. Where I'm from, we can't find it. Luckily, our family down in the South, they brought it up with us, they brought it up with them when they came to visit, and they gave me some, and it's just Zatarain's, you know, but we just don't have it up here in the North where I'm from. But if you can get a hold of some or get it on Amazon, a little goes a long way. Like I said, 1/4 cup of broth, 1/2 teaspoon of filet powder. Make sure your stove is off. Make sure your heat is off, because you don't want this boiling when you pour this in. This can thicken. This gets worse than cornstarch. So just be careful and just pour it in. Let it do its job. It'll thicken up here in a minute. And it'll also thicken when it cools. When we like to let this sit for about 10 minutes, only to let the flour do its job, let it thicken up a little bit and cool off while the rice is being cooked. And the rice, you just cook the rice the way you want it. So we're gonna let this sit, put a lid on it, and we'll see in a little bit. Okay, let's look at it. Oh, looks good. It has thickened a little bit. This is perfect. This is, the rice will absorb the broth when we pour it over. If you taste this too early, you might get a little graininess because you have cooked the flour and the roux so long. Let it sit for about 10 minutes, just like I tell you in my gravy video. Let it sit for 10 minutes, off heat, cover it, leave it alone. The flour will break down and it's so smooth, so creamy. Dark flavor. Gumbo is a dark stew, but this is perfect. We like it this way. It could be thicker, but maybe some people like it kind of soupy, I don't know. Anyway, let's plate this up and we'll show you what it looks like. All right, that is done. Yes, the roux does take a while. It's just going to, but that is gumbo. Do not skimp on the roux. Skimp on anything else. Take less meat, less vegetables. It doesn't matter. Don't skimp on the roux. And yeah, when that roux gets dark, you're gonna think you burnt it. As long as you cook it on medium or medium low. Medium is actually kind of fast, but medium low, the roux will come out perfect. Trust the process. You saw what I did. You're not gonna do anything different. So you'll make it happen. Let us get Trina in on this. Babe! Oh, shit. There she is. Okay. There's your spoon down there. Oh. We've only made this a handful of times. Last time, I think the roux was a little light. One of our family members down in Baton Rouge told me so, but it was the first time I tried it, so he was definitely right. I did let it get darker this time, past my comfort zone, and it was worth it. It really was, so you need to test this. Yeah?
It smells good.
That's good. That's pretty good. Here's a tip. Just like in my gravy video, I tell you that if the gumbo or gravy tastes grainy, like the flour, put a lid on it, let it sit for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Let it sit aside. It will break up that flour. That's a tip you use in your gravy. Anything you make a roux or you thicken up a sauce, let it sit for a little bit. It will take away that graininess and it'll be creamy. I can't taste that filet powder though. Maybe I didn't put enough. I don't know. This stuff is ridiculous.
It is very good. And it's not too spicy. It's just got enough heat.
And if you notice, I only put seasoning in the chicken. That goes a long way. Now, granted, other people, especially farther down south, they will probably put hot sauce. They will put definitely more Cajun powder heat in it.
Well, we have some kids who don't like heat.
Don't like heat. She doesn't like as much heat as I do, but we both do like a little. So season it with your heart. It's that simple. So trust the process. Believe in yourself.
Have a great night.
See you next time.
See ya.